Hello, theme park fans! I got yet another Jurassic World construction update, and starting things off, right at the raptor encounter, we can see some theming is starting to arise in front of the building. These metal bars obviously look like the electrical fences for the raptor paddock in the first film. The raptor character will most likely be standing right in between these fences and come out of the building or containment box. Over to the right, crews have finally installed those mesh frame rocks onto the new planters with the palm trees. They've even started to add concrete to them and texture them. They've started to add tile around the area starting at the staircase to the left and by the Jurassic Cafe restaurant. Heading up the staircase, from the looks of it, the handrails have also been painted. Additionally, more walls on the second story have received a fresh coat of gray paint to match the new Jurassic World color scheme they're trying to go for. The top layer and the shade structure above the eating area has been painted a dark brown color. It's great to know that this whole area won't just be multiple shades of gray with some blue bits here and there. And by far the biggest news this week is the removal of the scaffolding and scrim for the Jurassic World archway. Now, I know what a lot of you are thinking, and that is, it looks nothing like it does in the first film when the monorail traveled right through it. You are correct, and it's unfortunate they didn't make it look like that, but there could have been another archway in Jurassic World that we never saw in the film, one that guests could take a picture with. Don't forget that the old arch didn't resemble the one in the original Jurassic Park film either. For example, the arch in Jurassic Park had 8 fire pits and was much larger, whereas the one found in front of the ride only had 4 fire pits and is much smaller. So yes, it's disappointing that it won't accurately resemble the one found in the film, but neither did the previous archway. Here is just a closer look at the tile work going on in the area. I'm not sure if everything is going to be tiled the same or different patterns will be used. For example, the pathway underneath the arch will be different. Those black metal bars on top of the final show building have been untouched. The park is probably going to wait up until the last minute to install whatever they have planned for there, which is rumored to be new signage. Taking another look at the arch, I wish they could have changed it up a little more rather than just changing it from dark brown to light gray. I guess we have to wait and see the final product before we can fully critique it. And heading over down by Transformers the Ride, we got a highly active construction site, which is rumored to be the location of the new Super Nintendo World for Universal Studios Hollywood. This crane was moving a rather large piece that appears to make up a retaining wall of some sort. I didn't catch it on video, but the piece was moved over to where the queue for Jurassic World is. Over at the rest of the site, there hasn't been too much noticeable progress. Work continues on this elevator system and other things that I have no idea about. There hasn't been any additional vertical construction aside from the 2 red staircases that were built weeks ago on opposite ends of the site. We are still quite a ways away from seeing anything that could resemble Nintendo or a ride building, but crews constantly working on the site is always a good sign. Over to the right of Super Nintendo World is the continued work on the outdoor extended queue for Transformers the Ride. We still have yet to see some queue switchbacks installed and a shade covering for when the sun hits this area starting late afternoon and until sunset. There hasn't been too many noticeable changes from the top view for Jurassic World. I'm sure all that's left to do on the attraction is to finish up the front area and make sure all the theming and effects are working inside both of the show buildings for the ride. The new building that was constructed right by the queue now has a roof a couple of feet below the top of the walls. Something really interesting I noticed is this new structure going up by the Dino Play area. Let me know what you think this could be for, but it looks more like a shade structure, or it could be something to add more theming for the Dino Play area for kids. And here's an overview look at the entrance to Jurassic World and the entire Super Nintendo World site. I've come to realize that this balcony is so useful for checking on the progress, and I can't think of any other theme park where you can get overhead construction shots without getting on a ride, like an observation tower. And the last thing to look at for this update is the progress on the Secret Life of Pets ride going on right next to Despicable Me the ride. It's getting even harder to provide updates for this since these green scrims are covering everything, and they're making more and more progress on enclosing the building. Soon I'll just be able to provide updates for theming on the exterior of the building. Well, that just about does it for this update. Thank you for watching, and please comment your thoughts down below and subscribe to the channel for more SoCal theme park updates.